Hey guys, so I know that I'm a little late discussing the topic, but I wanted to make sure that I'd given E3 all the time that it deserves to really sink in before I made any statements on the matter. Well, that time to speak is now, and like you've already seen in the title of this video, Xbox, at least in my opinion, is king of E3 2021, so let's talk about that. Now before we get into it, I'm still pretty new to this whole YouTube thing, so let's kick things off with our very first sponsor on the channel. Me! So if you're new here and enjoy the video, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. On top of YouTube, I also stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday over on Twitch at twitch.tv/WebbyPumpkin. I would absolutely love for you to come on over there, chat with me, hang out with me, and hey, if you do, please let me know that you found the channel because of YouTube, because I think that would be really cool to find out. You can find the links to Twitch and everything else that you might need in the description of this video. Okay, so now let's get started. So disclaimer, I had a lot of high hopes for what will be shown at E3 this year. I knew that Sony didn't have anything to announce yet, but I was certain that both Nintendo and Xbox would blow me away. And I was half right. Now I feel like it's also important to state that the purpose of this video is not to bash Nintendo. They actually did announce some things that I'm pretty excited about, and we'll talk about those in the video too. I just wanted to share my opinion on what an outstanding value Xbox is giving its consumers, especially when compared to the competition. So during the Nintendo Direct, Nintendo announced 28 games coming to the Nintendo Switch console between now and the end of 2022, as well as an exclusive Game & Watch system to celebrate the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda that took place earlier in February of this year. You can check out a full list of the games they announced at the link in the description, but here are the ones that I found interesting or noteworthy in no particular order. First off, we have Life is Strange: True Colors. The new game tells the story of Alex, a young woman who possesses the supernatural ability to absorb and manipulate the strong emotions of others. I've actually never played the Life is Strange series, but the artwork was so charming and bright in the trailer that it really made me want to pick up the series for the first time. That's going to be kind of easy to do because with the release comes Life is Strange Remastered Collection. You can play everything on Switch. Next up, we have Warioware Get It Together. Play through a vast array of quick microgames as Wario or his friends. Each character has a distinct ability, changing the way you tackle each microgame. From the first time in the series, two players can also play microgames together on the same screen by sharing the Joy-Con controllers, or you can connect through wireless play if you have an additional system. While I personally found the game to look really bizarre and kind of strange, when I streamed the event on Twitch, many of you thought that it would be an absolutely great stream for some laughs, some fun, and I kind of agree. So I think this game is going to be a win. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 is also making an appearance on the Nintendo Switch in an HD remaster releasing on June 25th. Being another game that I've never really been able to get my hands on, I'm really excited to play it for the first time with the added benefit of the Switch's portability. As announced earlier in the year, Skyward Sword is making its debut on the Switch July 16th, immersing you in Link's high-flying adventure with HD graphics and new control options. Personally, I'm not really sure that this is a great value, considering it's basically a straight port of that game that Nintendo is going to sell for us at brand new AAA pricing. However, as a fan of the series, I have to include it because I do believe it will be a great game. And hey, while we're talking about Zelda, of course, lastly, but probably the most anticipated, Breath of the Wild 2. A new teaser trailer for the upcoming game showed off gameplay as well as a vast new world high above the Kingdom of Hyrule. The sequel is aiming to launch for Nintendo Switch in 2022. More information about the game will be revealed in the future. This is the game that I know without a shadow of a doubt, 100% assurance, that I will be picking up, though I honestly was kind of disappointed to see that I was going to have to wait a little bit longer because it will not be releasing until 2022. So that's my picks for Nintendo. Out of the 28 announcements, only 5 really got me excited about gaming on the system as we move into 2022. But let's take a look at the games that I think were noteworthy from the Xbox Bethesda showcase. Now I feel like this section of the video also needs a disclaimer because Xbox announced 30 new titles coming to the system between now and 2022. And of those 30, 27 of them will be available for free through Xbox Game Pass on day one. Meaning that as long as you have Game Pass, the entire showcase was technically noteworthy. And while we're at it, let's be honest. If you own an Xbox and don't have Game Pass, you're missing out on the best gaming library for the price of any other option. As of the time of recording this video, it's only $10 USD a month for the subscription. So you can manage to play 3 games, just 3 games in a year. You've saved money in the process. Okay, there's so many games that I'm excited about from the Xbox event that I'm going to try to get them as quickly as possible, but bear with me. First off, Sea of Thieves, A Pirate Life, releasing tomorrow at the time of recording this. It has an update for the popular Sea of Thieves game that we already are familiar with. This game is one that I really enjoyed when it first came out because you can literally do just about anything you want. You want to be a helpful sea soul on a sea of friends? You do that. If you're a thieving pirate ready to steal loot from the closest ship, go for it. Want to fight giant sea monsters? Load up the supplies. And now there's an entirely new aspect to the game featuring the most lovable and famous pirate of them all, Captain Jack Sparrow. This is a game that you can rest assured you'll be seeing streamed on my channel the day it drops. Next, we have a new game, Party Animals. Reminiscent of other hilarious games like Human Fall Flat and Gang Beast, Party Animals immediately looks like the type of game that you could play for hours and hours and hours with your friends, or shoot, maybe even your enemies. It's just that good. On top of that, you get to fight as your friends or with your friends as puppies, kittens, and other cute fuzzy creatures. Sign me up for that. Somerville is exactly the type of gameplay that I honestly never knew that I would love so much. Similar to Limbo and Inside, Somerville is a puzzle platformer and adventure game played from the third-party perspective, most often at times like a platform game. The player controls a family of 3, a father, a mother, and their young son, as well as a pet dog in the wake of a post-apocalyptic event on Earth. The player must guide one of the characters through the ruins of civilization, avoiding strange alien artifacts that try to kill humans, and working with other human survivors to find safety for the family. Like Limbo and Inside, the game is presented without dialogue and instead uses the setting, environments, and animations to tell the story. The highly anticipated Halo Infinite will be making its debut later this holiday season with an added twist: free multiplayer across PC and Xbox. Never before has Halo gaming been so easily obtainable, not to mention the fact that the entire game will be available for free on Xbox Game Pass on release day. The E3 2018 trailer indicated that the story will be set on a Halo ring that has mysteriously suffered damage, and also showcased the design of Master Chief's Mjolnir armor to return to a design similar to that seen in Halo 2 and Halo 3. 343 Industries later confirmed that this Halo ring is Installation 7, also known as Zeta Halo. I personally cannot wait to play it. The next one is something of a guilty pleasure for me, and that's Slime Rancher 2. I played the first game the day it was released through Xbox Game with Gold, and immediately fell in love with it. Now Beatrix returns to discover all new slimes and combinations of forts and plots to build a new ranch and achieve interstellar success. The only bad thing I have to say about this game is that we have to wait a little bit longer, as it does not release until later in 2022. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hey, you fly planes in a beautifully designed rendition of Earth. It really doesn't get much cooler than that. Microsoft Flight Simulator releases this July 27th, and of course, it's also free via Game Pass on Xbox. Forza Horizon 5 literally had my wife and I sitting on the couch with our jaws dropped at just how absolutely stunning the graphics, aided with ray tracing, this Forza has. Like legit, this game looks better than my life does, and honestly in hindsight that's probably not saying a whole lot, but whatever. There was plenty of times during the trailer where I was sure that the developers were showing me a photograph instead of gameplay, until all of a sudden one of the stunning car models came zooming past from the scene. I've never been really that much of a racing fan, if I'm being completely honest, but you can bet that I will be playing this game on day one because it is also free through Xbox Game Pass. The last game of the event is a new game from Bethesda titled Redfall. In a nutshell, the quaint island town of Redfall, Massachusetts is under siege by a legion of vampires who have blocked out the sun and cut off the island from the outside world. Trapped with a handful of survivors against diabolical enemies threatening to bleed the town dry, choose a hero from a diverse roster, grouping up with other players to create the perfect team of vampire slayers. Lend single and multiplayer elements for what I'm expecting to be a beautiful and seamless shooter experience next summer. And so I'll let you guys be the judge for yourself, but in my opinion, Xbox absolutely killed it at this year's E3. I'm sure that I left out some of your favorites, so please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with me? Is there something else exciting that you're looking forward to from E3? Let me know. I want to know so I can connect with you. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video. And as a reminder, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can do that by subscribing or hanging out with me over on Twitch. Remember, I'm over there every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I would absolutely love to see you over there. Link in the description for that, twitch.tv/webbypumpkin. Love you guys. Thank you guys for the support, and I will catch you in the next video.